The Irwin SP5000 is a state-of-the-art arena seating system that offers the same comfort and stability as fixed seating versions, yet it allows seating units to retract for gaining valuable floor space. With the system's numerous seating options, coupled with choices of decking treatments and other accessories, the Irwin SP5000 addresses the aesthetic and performance needs of any sporting venue. At Tigers Arena, there are a number of different seating modules, each which must be placed in open and closed position in different ways. Each section of the arena is assigned a letter: A, B, C, D, and E. Sections A, B, C, and E feature recessed sections with Patriot chairs. Section D features recessed bleacher sections with plastic seat modules with folding back supports. In addition, Section A and B also feature two portable modules. First, we'll put a section with folding chairs into the closed position. The first step of any procedure when operating the Irwin SP5000 is to check under the seating, along the wheels, and around any moving parts for debris or any objects that could impede the proper movement of the system. This includes carpet or any items that may have been placed under the seating for storage. Next, remove all the guardrails. They can be removed by loosening the bolts which hold them into place. Rails on the ends of seating sections can be placed on one of the two rail carts at the arena. Each cart has a number of rungs, which are labeled. Ensure that all removed guardrails are placed in the correct rung to ensure organization when bringing the seating back into open position. Handrails that are at the aisle locations can be placed on the floor in front of a row of seats. Ensure that the rails are placed in a position in which they will not interfere with any moving parts when the seats are closed. Rubber gap closures are placed in gaps between seating sections. Remove these closures by simply lifting them up and place them with the guardrails on the floor. Also, remove all Velcro end curtains that hang on the edges of each seating section. All of the seats need to be placed in a closed position. First, ensure that all armrests are placed in an upright position. Seats can be set down by depressing the lever below and pushing the row of seats down in one easy motion. Ensure that all seats are completely down and that no armrests or other objects are holding the seats up. This is important because when closing the modules, seats that are not properly closed can catch on moving parts of the system and cause significant issues. Now it's time to close the seating modules. First, make sure that the steps on the front skirt of each section are removed and stored on the first step. There are two types of seating modules, each which use a specific controller. Sections A, B, and E use a steerable control pendant, which features a joystick. This allows the operator to steer the seats as necessary. Sections C and D use a non-steerable pendant that simply moves the modules in and out. Each pendant can be plugged into its proper adapter, which is located on the front skirt of row 1 of each section. While closing the seats, be sure to check that nothing interferes with the movement of the system and that all locks properly operate. In addition, Sections A and B include one portable section each. This section can be moved on wheels in the event that a large item needs to be brought into the arena. Once that section is properly placed in the closed position, remove the two pins which hold the section into place at the rear of the module. Next, use an air compressor to slowly lift the seating section to a proper height. The section can then be pushed and moved as needed. When finished moving the section, move the section to the correct location and slowly release all air. The pins can then be reinserted and locked into place. By following these steps, your seating should be closed completely into the recessed location, allowing for maximum space at your sporting arena. To return the seats to open position, begin by using the proper controller to drive each seating section to the open position. While the large sections come straight out easily, ensure that while driving the module to the open position that no locks are stuck and that nothing is catching along the moving parts. The steerable sections require the operator to pay close attention to the gaps and alignment of the sections. The operator may have to steer the sections in and out a couple of times to make sure they align properly and do not have gaps that exceed 4 inches. It is best to have target marks on the floor and a laser to make sure the seating is following a straight line out. Once all seats are in the open position, the guardrails can be returned by tightening the bolts that secure them into place. Remember to use the labels on the rail cart to ensure that the proper guardrails are used. Also, replace all guardrails that were placed on the seating floors and the rubber gap closures that fill the gaps between seating sections. The next step is extremely important. When returning the seats to open position, the seats must be locked. It is extremely important that the seats are checked. If they are not properly locked, patrons can fall forward when sitting in their seats, causing serious injury. Seats can be lifted into the upright position with one swift movement. Use force to push the seats completely upright. A loud click should be heard when the seats are properly locked. Pull on the seats with force to ensure that they do not move and verify that they are locked. The unique section of Tigers Arena is the bleachers section. Like the other sections, this section can be placed in open and closed position as well. To put the seats in closed position, again, remove all guardrails and gap closures in the same way as the other sections. Also ensure that the folding back supports are folded down. The middle section of the bleachers can be recessed. A number of sliding bars hold the section into place. Loosen the bolts holding the sliding bars and slide them to the side. Next, pull out the bars on the front skirt of the section to push the section in and out as needed. Also, like the other sections, the bleachers can be put into a full recessed position. Use a non-steerable pendant to drive the bleachers into open and closed position. Once brought back into open position, always remember to replace guardrails, the rubber gap closures, and return the seats to the proper position. By following these steps, the Irwin SP5000 can be used with ease to maximize the aesthetic and performance needs of your arena. Remember to follow all of these steps and consult your manual for further detail and other questions.